Thank you for watching Poetry in Motion with your host, D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman.
Sometimes back, a simple query of a sister of mine from a young man, not wanting to waste his time, asked, "Sister, what kind of a man is the right man for you?" Well, what a question was that? The sister had to think this one through. Looking almost through him and then straight in his eye, thinking inwardly, does he really want to know? Hey, why? Before he answers, she goes on, "Do you really want to know? You're not just putting on airs, being sensitive just for show." He returns the gaze, saying, "Yes, you can honestly tell me, sister, what you say now may even convincingly sell me." Well, explaining her position, she slowly and deliberately began, because this sister girl's not threatened to speak boldly to any man. Well, at this very moment, I'm in a place to ask with ease, "What can you do for me that I can't do? Can you tell me, please?" Well, I pay my own way, take care of my busy, upbeat style life. I do this with no outside help, and I'm not real interested in being a wife. Secondly, you're bringing what to the table besides a treasure's chest? The brother gazes and thinks, "This chick giving me a damn test. She got money on the brain. My wallet she's planning to rip. Look at her body gestures and the sly licking of her sweet-looking lips." Well, the sister girl hastily catches on to his thinking pattern and his drift, and instantly said, "Oh, I'm not looking for the Benjamin, darling, and definitely not looking for a stiff. I'm looking for more, like a brother pushing for excellence in life." Well, that brother suddenly sits straight up, feeling those words penetrating like a knife. With folded arms and a burning question creeping into his eye, he looks defiantly into hers, seeing his own reflection, and then he too asks, "Why?" And the sister girl speaks up. She said, "Well, brother, I'm searching for someone who's sensitive yet strong. I need a man who understands where I'm coming from and can also come along. One who's got his head and his heart in the right place. One who's proud and not ashamed of anything about his race. I'm searching for somebody who strives for mental perfection, because in my life I need cerebral stimulation. And of course that leads to intellectual conversation. See, when I talk, I need someone to understand. Believe me, honey, I don't want a simple-minded man. You see, I'm searching for somebody striving for spiritual perfection, avoiding the hassles and definitely the non-believer's rejection. For the man I need, brother, can't be no joke, 'cause in no way do I need to be unequally yoked. And one more thing, I'm searching for a man who is himself searching for financial perfection, 'cause on this fiscal scene, I need a little monetary protection. I'm searching for a man to whom I may submit, adore, and respect. One who's on top of his game and can speak to the future, yet thoughtfully reflect. One who's worthy of my time, my affection, and my energy, and one who's capable of greatness, because he got to be worthy of me. Now, to this man, I find I'm willing to be his helpmate, his woman, his lover. For him, I'll give up any obsessions, then cleave to none other. I'll help him when he slips and needs and seemingly can't help himself. I'll lift him high when he's down and has no one else. Now, this brother that I'm searching for has his ducks all in a row and all of his shit together. He's no doubt a one-of-a-kind, stand-up, do-right kind of fella. So the sister completes her dissertation. She stares into his expressionless gaze. His mouth has dropped inches, and he looks damn near in a foggy daze. Momentarily, he comes out of that stupor, clears his throat with, "Sister, you're sure asking for a hell of a lot." And the sister girl smiles and replies snugly, "Well, I'm worth every bit of what you got. But hold up, you know, I'm not so high and mighty or uppity like maybe some others." But this sister won't settle for anything less than the real do-right kind of brother. So you the one? Uh-oh. I'm talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, so I stepped up to this sister and I wanted to get right past hello, how are ya? And I might admit I was might have came across a little cocky. But I wanted to know if she could handle a fella like me. And I'll be damned if sister didn't come right back at me. She looked long and hard, dead in my eye, before she began with her reply. She asked me if I was putting on a show. I thought, it's about to be on for sure. Maybe this sister would tell me what I wanted to know. She paused for a moment before deciding to begin. She looked me up and down and made a small grin. I had no idea what I had just stepped in. I knew it was about to get rough, so I mentally strapped myself in. Her voice was strong and confident. There was no doubt she said what she meant. She didn't sugarcoat any of her content. So she spoke on things straight from the heart. Sister made sure I knew she was serious right from the start. If I was to be in her mix, I had to do more than just act the part. She wanted to know if I was the real deal man for the part. I best come correct if I was going to be her counterpart. She looked at me to make sure she was being heard. I ingested each and every word. I knew she expected me to fly off like a scared little bird. She had that look in her eye like I think she was absurd. When she finished, I paused for a moment. I coughed, cleared my throat. I said, "Sister, you sure are asking a whole hell of a lot." Sister girl just grinned and smugly replied that she's worth every bit of what I've got. I was gonna say, "Baby, what I got a lot. And if you hush for a moment, you might get taught." But instead, I decided to chill. And I would have been too easy to roll down that hill. And I knew if I was going to have a chance here, I'd need skill. I realized we both had big ideals to fulfill. I chose a different path instead. To impress this one, I would have to use this head. I paused to process everything this sister said. "So you're looking for a real do-right kind of brother?" Yeah. "And I'm looking for a real do-right kind of sister. I'm as real, and there ain't no other. Each day I work on being the best man that I can become, to which I say I'm all that and then some. Out of all the brothers, can you handle this one? 'Cause I'm all what you talking about and then some."
For sure. All right.
This is still awesome to me. Thank you, Dee.
It is. You did a good job on that reply.
Thank you.
But, you know, I put mine in my book.
Yes.
But I didn't put yours because, you know, you wrote it. So I would have had to get your permission. And when I did the book, I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
But next time, maybe we can stick them in there together.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think we talked about this before. This is basically yours because it's yours. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been here if it hadn't been for you. But it sounds like I could probably tweak it a little.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Especially, I don't know how long we've been doing this now.
A few years.
It's been a minute.
It has. It has.
So,
I
details in my life
tweaked mine.
details in my life have changed where I can honestly say that when I first started reciting or reading this poem with you, I very much enjoyed the interaction and the banter and how it flowed and told a story. However, and I appreciated it and knew it and understood the words, but now specifically, kind of freshly, I'm experiencing this where I've had a situation where somebody basically, as I'm hearing this, I'm like, wait a minute.
You experienced
Did I
that
just
already.
have this conversation? I feel like I just went through this, and it's interesting how experiences can change your perception and your definition of something. It's just like a song. You hear a song. I like Prince. I'm sure that's not a surprise. This gentleman over here, but the singer. But his music has changed for me throughout the years as I've gone through different experiences where I'm like, the words don't necessarily mean the same because I've had new experiences, so it kind of changes the definition of that music. And so this right here, I'm like, ooh. I just went through this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can tweak it a little bit.
Now I'm like,
but don't be mean to me now.
Oh, I'm not being mean. As a matter of fact, things are going well. Like, we're learning to actually come to I'm dealing with a very independent woman.
Okay.
That's an administrator and like she told me, like, look, I'm used to being independent. And I was like, and but I was like, I like that in a sense where you're not needy. I don't have to be checking in and you ain't worried about where I'm at. I'm at work, yo. What do you mean? What did you do? I did what I did yesterday. Like,
same thing.
But yet, I was like, I want to be in a situation where I can help raise someone else up. Let's take the things that we have together. Now let's build them together. Yeah, independent. You can pull on something or move something, but if you got two people pushing on that heavy object,
it moves much easier.
Yes, and that's where I'm trying to.
Okay.
So anyway.
That's where you're trying to go.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here with me today. It's been a while.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, where you been?
I've been
around.
Last week I had to answer that question. This week it's changed a little bit. I still am very involved in my community. I'm on the board of directors for the Old Town Commercial Association. So that's very exciting to be able to affect change and see how policies and things happen and to make sure things keep moving forward. You know, we have a festival coming up at the June 20th and 21st, Festival of the Sun and Festival of the Moon. Well, Festival of the Moon on Friday, Festival of the Sun. We have Oktoberfest at the end of the summer. So we have a lot of things. Chalk of the Town is on the 20th and 21st. So we have a lot of things that we're doing in that area, and it's just great to see the movement. And even when some things leave, it's usually for a good reason. Like something positive is happening.
Okay.
And so some things come in, or some things change, or some things move, and it's just like a fluid, little happy little place where I'm very fortunate and honored to be a part of that.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah, I know you're shaking and moving these days because I've seen you doing some MC stuff, and then you are maybe still doing things at the Connection, are you?
Connections Comedy Club is closed.
Oh, is it?
Rather recently. I was producing my own shows. I'm an independent, free agent, free spirit type of person that didn't want to be beholden to any one thing. Very diplomatic on how I presented myself and handled my shows. However, I feel like I'm in a transcendent state of being where I'm like, well, I've done this, and what I realize is I've done this for 20 years. Maybe I don't need to do that. And I was starting to look at what means more to me as a person and what's going to lift me up. I don't have children.
Okay.
I don't have a spouse. I don't have children. What is going to be my legacy? A lot of people are like, well, my children, my name is going to live on through that and what I've taught them. I'm like, well, what is going to be Melik's legacy? What are they going to say about me at my funeral? And those are the kind of things where I'm thinking about how do I want to have myself be presented and what do people say about me when I'm not here. So I'm starting to go into more nonprofits. I did something for Building 21, which is a teen center in Holt. I worked with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. I do a lot of stuff for the Women's Center of Greater Lansing, a great organization that helps uplift and empower women to fulfill their potential.
Okay.
If you ever have an opportunity to go to the Women's Center of Greater Lansing.org's website.
Okay, Women of Greater Lansing.
Yeah,
okay.
Women's Center of Greater Lansing. Read their mission statement.
Okay.
Their mission statement empowers me.
Okay.
This is no pretense, malarkey. I sometimes find it and read it, and I get motivation from it. Their mission statement is one of the best mission statements I've ever read. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Organization to empower and uplift women to fulfill their full potential. What? That's amazing.
Heavy, huh? And where is this group?
They're located on Michigan Avenue, 1701, 1702, or 1720 or 1721. They have like a women's closet for like clothes for people that are maybe in a transitional state that need an outfit for a job interview. They help them with resources. Maybe they're in an abuse situation. They need counseling. They're an advocate. So let's say something happens and you get burned out of your house. They're an advocate. They're like, well, we'll deal with the insurance company. We'll make sure we answer the right questions because obviously you've never dealt with this before and you don't know what to do. Well, let's make sure you get everything you need. You know, so it's an all-encompassing, fantastic organization ran by nonprofit, ran by a tireless woman. I know she gets tired, but she's a tireless woman, Cindy Allwood. She's an amazing lady that I had fortune to we were kind of thrown together in life, and it's just been an amazing journey to be able to help support her in a way that I can, kind of help behind the scenes. But she's also been very good to me, and it's like one of those things where I walk in and all the women are like, you seem to come here a lot. And I'm like, I'm on your side, lady. you know, they're like, what's with the dude? But everybody's welcome. If let's say I'm married and my spouse had a situation, then I would be able to utilize their services.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, maybe we'll have to have Cindy come on and talk about it.
Oh, that would be fantastic. She's amazing, amazing. What they do down there is absolutely wonderful.
Oh, very good. That sounds good. Now,
you're going to ask me about my job. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Yeah. I did radio for a couple years and found that was an interesting beast, that I was very thankful for the education that I received from that. How's that for a diplomatic answer?
Did radio, I remember doing something with you a couple times. Because we've interacted.
We've interacted throughout the years in a way that I really appreciate. I don't even know anymore.
I know.
Because we've each...
I remember saying
poetry and TV show. We both kind of had the same, these similar paths going along, which I'm very thankful that you keep inviting me back. And when I do something, I want to be to have you back as well. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that we have this kind of like continuation, and we see each other out in the public, and we can have that positive rapport. Your husband's awesome. He's always like, "Have you called D yet?" You know how he is. You need to call D. All right. Okay. My man's. So right now, I find myself in a transitional state again. Like I said, I'm not apologetic for my situation. Something happened where I was, there was a business decision that was made that separated the relationship that I was currently in that I was prepared to talk about.
Okay.
So that's a little sensitive. It's a little close to home. It just happened less than 24 hours ago at this taping. So, you know, but I have, once again, I've learned a lot. Like, I've learned a lot. If you want to talk to somebody about the insurance world and what, you know, the questions you might want to ask, give me a call. You can find my phone number. It's all over the web because that's the way the interwebs is. You know, you can give me a call and I can help you out because insurance is scary and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. And you should. Because if you're going through changes, you need to handle your stuff because if it's not handled in the forefront, it's definitely not going to be handled in the back end when something happens. It's not a matter of if,
it's
when.
Yeah.
And all those potholes out there, something gonna happen. I'm just saying. The potholes are just, that's universal. You're gonna wreck your car. If you didn't wreck your car this winter, something's gonna blow a tire. Like, it's just gonna happen. You would not believe the stuff that I have picked up off the road. Big pieces of like poles and like electrical equipment, like large stuff. Like you are going to wreck yourself. So please protect yourself. Be
insured.
Yes.
And that's the only way. My husband, you know, he's a CFP and a CPA and a state attorney. But he says the only way you can build wealth is be fully insured. Make sure you have your insurance because if you don't, you can get wiped out in a heartbeat.
I was talking to a business owner and we were looking at their business coverage of their equipment. Let's just say it was $200,000. Equipment. This is a brand new restaurant build. As we were talking 30 minutes into the conversation, he's like, yeah, one oven costs $35,000. I was like, excuse me, let's go back a few pages. One oven costs $35,000. He's like, yeah. I go, how many ovens do you have? 3.
Okay. So
on this line, you have $200,000 worth of coverage. Does that seem interesting to you? He was like, why would my agent do that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here to provide information. Do with it what you will. So right now,
did you enjoy doing that?
Yes.
I know you being a people person, you certainly enjoy
I want to help
interacting
people.
And
you know, I want to help people. I want to give back. That's why, you know, I've done shows. That's why I've done TV. That's why I've acted in certain ways. That's why I'm trying to get more into MC work for nonprofits. You know, be a positive person. There's a lot of people that were like, you know, my area, you know, XYZ, latitude, longitude sucks. There's nothing to do. I'm like, well, what are you doing to make a positive change? What are you doing? Well, if you ain't got nothing to bring positive, then you just go home, go in your house and do all that negativity. When you come out here, do something. Pick up that piece of trash. Don't throw the empty fast food wrapper on the ground in the first place.
In the first place.
This is my house. You're littering in my house. That's how I feel about it. When I see somebody throwing something down on the ground, I'm like, you just littered in my house.
Yes.
I gotta live here.
We all, we should all live together, and we gotta live together.
This is our house.
So we should keep it as neat and clean as possible.
Just, if that's how you live in your house, don't do that in my house. Put that
Go back home.
Go back to your house and do that, but not in our house.
Okay. Not in our house. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, you're not sharing your poetry with the new poets anymore then, are you?
No, I haven't done that in a while. I have
right. You got your book there.
Yeah, I found this.
But we were going to have you do something. And
do
now we only got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
You got anything for 3 minutes? You got a lot there.
There's this beautiful piece, and I gotta.
When are you gonna write a book?
Man, I don't know. God shining down from above, make your head bow. Pray for your soul, body, and mind with understanding, forgiveness, and love. Live your life for now. Pray for mankind. Know there is only one for all eternity, one earth, one you, one me, one sun. but there's no guarantee, no promise of tomorrow. However you choose to be, you will reap what you sow. There's no beginning, there's no end, it's all connecting, we all transcend the circle of the spirit, the world we love in, and everything in it. Build a structure for your future. God won't make you endure what you're not ready for, and you are truly worthy of God's love from above.
All right. We each are truly. That's good.
All right.
Good.
Thank you for this. I needed this. Thank you. I needed this. Thank you. This was right on time. It was accidental because this is not my original plan. But thank you. I needed this today. I appreciate you, Dee.
Okay. I appreciate you too. I really
seriously,
do.
Today's gonna be a better day because of this right now here today.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to this moment for a moment.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
You got it. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, give us some advice. Give my audience, my viewers, some advice. What advice could you share today?
Define for yourself Shakespeare's line, "To thine own self be true." My joke is, I realized what that said in a Vanilla Ice movie, Cool as Ice, when he was talking to his love interest, and he said it in a different way, in a language that I could hear at the time. If you ain't true to yourself, you ain't true to nobody. And I was like, that's what that means? And I've added to that, if you're living in love, then live without apology. I can't apologize for the situation that I'm in right now, and I'm not apologizing how I'm reacting to it because I'm trying to do the best that I can, the best that I know how with the information that I have. I might do things differently in the future, but that comes from experience, and from experience comes wisdom.
Exactly.
And if you're not living life, then you're not having the experiences, and you won't gain that wisdom. Right. So to thine own self be true. Figure out what that means. Be true to yourself. If you ain't true to yourself, you ain't true to nobody. And go with love without apology. That would be what I have to say.
All right. You heard it from Melik.
My God.
Thank you so much. Thank you out there for being here with me. Be proud, be productive, and by all means, be blessed.
Tune in next week for more messages of blessings and inspiration. Guests sharing life and education, words of powerful motivation, and editorials for deep contemplation. Until then, be blessed.